Even when you're doing the right things financially, we sometimes can feel like we are behind, right? But these are some signs, and you're actually on the right track and doing well financially. Even, sometimes it doesn't feel like it. You live like as if you don't have any money, even though you actually do have money. This is something you should always try to do. Just because you make a little bit more money doesn't mean you should be spending more money. Well, I try to make sure that all my spending stays exactly the same. So if you're doing that and you don't actually spend extra bit money just because you have extra bit money, meaning you're practicing delayed gratification and you're not actually tying your happiness to stuff. And that's exactly one of the big signs that you're actually doing very well financially. Next is you pay your bills on time. According to CNN Business, 39% of Americans worry they can't pay the bills. Nearly 4 in 10, that's 39% of US adults, say they worry most or all of the time that their family's income won't be enough to meet expenses. According to ASIC, Australian Securities and Investments Commission, almost 47% of Australian adults with debt, which is equivalent to 5.8 million people, have struggled to make repayments in the last 12 months. So if you're consistently paying all your bills on time and not incurring any bad debt through that, you're actually in a very good position. And if you can continue to either raise your income or lower your expenses, then you will be able to start saving money and progress in your financial journey. You don't impulse buy or upgrade. Now this is the era of upgrades, right? Where there's constantly something new coming up, there's something upgrade required, new car, new phone, new laptop, new house, and we're bombarded with so many choices. There's always that next shiny object, and if you have kind of stopped yourself from impulse buying those next shiny objects, you're definitely on the right track. You consume a lot of financial content like books, podcasts, audios, videos, YouTube channels like mine. Yes, you can subscribe, it's free. But for real, if you're studying and listening to a bunch of personal finance and investment contents, most likely you will be applying those learnings into your real financial life. That means you are serious about your financial journey, and that's why you have taken that action to listen, to consume, and to apply those knowledges in real life. You actually have an emergency fund. Emergency fund is such an important thing, and so many people don't have it. According to Forbes, you can see how much Americans have in their savings. Generation Z, Millennials, Generation X, and Baby Boomers, if you see how much they have, 32% of Generation Z, 31% of Millennials, 27% Generation X and Baby Boomers, they have under $1,000. That is staggering. And in Australia, you can see millions of Australians have less than $1,000 in savings. Clearly shows what a terrible situation when it comes to emergency fund or savings for that matter. So if you have one that's at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses, or you're currently working on that, that is a huge buffer. It's a huge stress off your shoulder, and you know that if something goes wrong, you will have some money cushion and you're not going to go into bad debt through that. So having an emergency fund is super duper important, and if you have one, you are on the right track. Next, you actually have an investing plan. So whether you started investing or not, it doesn't matter as much as actually having a plan on how you're investing and then saving up to start that. So for me, I started saving up to get into the stock market for the long term. And once I made that investment and continued with my dollar cost averaging investment plan, and I saw the compounding effect, I just kept going. But it starts with saving with a goal in mind. So whatever asset class you're into or interested in, jot down a plan and work towards it. Next, you actually talk about money. Most of us spend the best part of our days for best years of our lives working for money, and then we never talk about it. We're kind of ashamed about it because it's a taboo subject. It's something you don't really talk about with people. But if you're open and honest with your finances, with the people around you, and you're learning from each other's mistakes, experiences, then you definitely are ahead in your financial journey. So if you're talking about finances with your close ones or the people that you trust, then you're on track. You bought your car in cash, or at least planning to buy your car in cash. Cars are one of the biggest wealth killers. They're extremely expensive. So if you bought your car in cash, this is a huge way to better off your finances. Avoiding interest payments on those depreciated assets, because car is depreciated asset. The moment you drive it out of the showroom, it starts losing its value. So you're not wasting your hard-earned money on a depreciated asset. So good rule of thumb is, if you couldn't buy a car in cash, you should probably not buy it. So if you paid cash for your car, or you could, then probably you're doing something right. You know exactly how much you have, owe, and earn. Unfortunately, many people ignore, overestimate, or underestimate how much we make and spend, because it's easier to choose willful ignorance over confrontation. You don't have to know the exact number, but if you have a decent understanding of how much you have, owe, and earn, you're on the right track. This can be as easy as keeping a simple spreadsheet of what's coming in and what's going out. There is a lot of things we can let go in our life, but finances have a negative compounding effect if you let them go for too long. And the final sign that you're doing well financially is your net worth is growing over time. Now, to understand this, let me give you my YouTube channel analogy for this. It'll really help you to get a perspective here. So if I go to my YouTube analytics and go back to July 2023, if you see, I have actually posted 6 long videos and 1 short video. So in total, 7 videos back in July 2023. And that month, my channel accumulated 494 views with a watch hour of 14 hours. Now fast forward July 2024, you can see I have posted just 1 long video and 5 short videos. So a total of 6 videos. But still, you can see I've accumulated 3,352 views, clocking more than 38 hours of watch time. It's a very small channel, but yet you can see the difference what 1 year can make. It's definitely trending in the right direction, right? And net worth is going to be similar in that regards. Your net worth can have ups and downs throughout the year. In fact, it's completely normal because if you have investments, it's quite natural to have ups and downs. But as long as it's trending in the right direction, as long as it's trending upward, you shouldn't be too worried as you're doing very well financially. Especially if you have these other signs that I've already mentioned. As long as your wealth is consistently growing over time, that's all we care about. And remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, but they were laying bricks every hour, which is a reminder that great things require time and patience. So that's all for today. I hope you found this video helpful. Please do subscribe if you want to support this channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.